I was on the phone with my sister the other day. The older one, the smart one. I mean, she is. Anyways, in this conversation, we started talking about basic stuff, relationships, etc. Though it eventually led back to family life, which meant growing up in an overprotective but traditional Latino family. You know, the ones where they don't have a problem helping you financially or giving you a roof over your head, but will have a heart attack if you attempt to move out the house before the age of 25. I hope my parents know that I respect them and their dreams, but they need to understand that we don't share the same one. I wish they could just trust that I'll figure things out.
You're not savoring what you're not really telling a story. You have memorized a story that is yours, and are now telling us the memorized version, which I think is a disservice to you and to the audience.
Try reading it one more time.
All right.
And then when you get used to it, like, then we can wean you off of the script. Then you can plug in the emotions with the memorized script.
All right. Should I go into the characters and shit, or should I just...
So just go right to...
Right
pretty
here.
much went down like this. Just the whole piece where Wally is telling the story of what's about to happen.
Okay. All right. I think it's kind of strange. You know, how someone can live so close to this area and still feel like a tourist?
Fuck performing. I won't be good at it. I don't have that movie star look. What if I...
She's here to tell you.
I was singing that yesterday.
You're under not what your son to die.
No, I didn't know what they were. So
Oh,
then she told positive.
okay.
I'll be like this close.
And then
Make the music louder.
You really shouldn't have eaten that sandwich.
Until like 3 months ago.
Is it over?
That's okay. It's loud.
It's
So get
time.
over here. Here.
Hey, how y'all doing out here tonight? How y'all doing out here tonight? Alright, cool. I'm gonna find out where everybody's from real quick. Check it. Man, we reppin' for that chocolate city. A northeast, northwest, are you with me? I said we reppin' for that chocolate city. Southeast, southwest, are you with me? Put on Chuck Brown when you wanna start a party. It ain't for everyone, but it is for everybody. When you go to the go-go, you rep your block. Wearing fresh butter Timbs and some white slouch socks.
And by the big chair, we got hoes women who can. Red X and sugar bear, posters everywhere. They got their hobo gear and they shoot to sleep. People living over there with public houses lease.
We got Capitol Hill, where they decide your fate. You can hop into a car and drive on all 50 states. Just come through the hood sometimes when they get lost. Keep on asking me, what on earth is mambo sauce?
You're the reason why I'm honest, or I try to be. There's a part of me that wants to be like you. Hardworking, generous, determined. Perfect example of the American dream seen through mestizo eyes. Example of seeing the fruits of one's sacrifice. I've tasted the fruits. I'm a walking example of it. I felt what it's like to have two parents who would do literally anything for their kids. A mother who left her family in Bolivia just so they could reap the benefits later. Who lost 2 daughters and had 2 miscarriages. So she overprotects the ones she does have. A father who supports me. Who supports me. Who supports me.
She walks down 14 toward you, past the sounds of gentrification, pushing up into the sky like magic steel beanstalks. The old little giant stands vacant. Rust-colored, beat-up caravan sitting in its abandoned lot. Surveyors with tripods, dodgy pedestrians. The Salvadorian lady peels mangoes and coconuts, ripening in their Ziploc bags, pushing them into my way. Or is it that I push into hers?
And yes, I've got thick skin. I've got crooked lips and a foreign tongue that breaks over my accents. I've got tinted dreams and white eyes, and I smell this neighborhood saturated in smoke. I feel my heart falling out of my hands.
Is that a naked man in your neighbor's window? Yes, it was, and he was moving his hand back and forth across his crotch. I started screaming, but could not look away. It's amazing. It's amazing.
like a sunset over the Rio Grande.
DC, land of taxation, but no representation. Lands of laws and justice, but still segregation. I watch as the black flood on the green line swishes past me during rush hour, only to recede every night at 5 p.m. to those places unknown to the tourist.
We are the people, continuing the struggle. We are the people, continuing the struggle.
What did you think? You know, what does this do for you? Back there?
With all this stuff going on around immigration, how do you feel right now about being Americans?
We keep talking about immigration, all these Mexicans coming to the United States of America. We never asked what's going on in Mexico. Or what does America have to do with what makes Mexico so bad that everyone's coming up here? And definitely, I think we're being misrepresented as Americans, but since we are still Americans, we have to find some way to be represented correctly.
And I say that we proudly can stand and say, if it wasn't for our blood and our sweat, just the same way that African Americans, that Africans were brought here as slaves, this country would be shit if it wasn't for us. So we don't owe anything to anybody. It is just the times and the venom and the hatred that is being thrown all, and to make us think that this somehow is wrong.
In the name of my family, because I'm Wally's father, I want to thank you very much. The Spanish community is grateful to you because you're giving to these kids the opportunity to express themselves. And this reminds me when in 1967, the African Americans were fighting in order to get the civil rights. I think now is coming the time for the Hispanic people to do this. This doesn't mean that they're gonna fight against the government. They just have to show whatever they have inside. That's the treasure that we have in our lives. And the world is in your hands. Now you have to work for this. Thank you very much for this, and thank you for doing it. Wherever you go, I'm gonna be there too, okay?